A lot of people watched it, but nobody's watching day to day, all day, unless you're me and just love this stuff. Procedures are okay, but we want to know, where do you stand? And so I think the more that politicians stop trying to be politicians and be people, then that will engage voters. We reject alternative facts, so come on in here and let me educate you on the facts. Hello, everyone. Hello. It's me, QuentinRJiles, and this is the Daily Political Briefing. I'm your BFF, so you got to call me Q, okay? Hello. And if you can't tell, who just woke up? Me. Ooh, child, I had to take a nap. Do you hear me? Naps is good. Hey, Tracy Jones, I see you in the comments. Hey, Lakeisha Lee, Keona Williams, Jay Single. Baby, naps is good. I got up this morning at 4. I went to this little workout class by 5:30 in the morning. Baby, I didn't even know 5:30 in the morning looked like the way it looked this morning. So this is my second nap of the day from getting up there early. There it is. I said, oh, what is this, honey? Okay, because normally I get up by 8:30, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, you know. Look, this morning I've been up. I've been awake since the crack of dawn. Cock-a-doodle-doo. But here we are. We are here to talk about day 13 of the Chauvin trial for the murder of George Floyd. Two big things that we saw, because baby, I won't be here long tonight. Not tonight. I won't be here long tonight because I'm about to. It's giving out. It's giving time to go night. But two big things today. We saw that the judge ordered or ruled that Maurice Hall, who is George, we could say friend, or the man that was in the car with George Floyd, who his girlfriend testified to allegedly giving George Floyd a certain concoction of drugs the day he died. Him and his lawyer were arguing against the subpoena that the defense had put out. The defense for Derek Chauvin, meaning the lawyer for Derek Chauvin, wanted Maurice to come testify. And he basically was like, no, man, Pam, I'm invoking my Fifth Amendment right because y'all not gonna incriminate me. And I thought the argument was it was dope to kind of see, because it's lawyerly. Like, we're all like, you know, if you look at it as a layperson, you're like, what? I mean, yeah. But the argument was basically from his lawyer that if he was to testify, that he would self-incriminate himself because he's not been granted immunity by the state, and that he would basically place himself in the car. Now, us being normal people, like, well, we saw the video. Yeah, he was in the car, you know. But what the argument that they were basically making was, well, that's not for him to say he was in the car. That's for the state to prove he was in the car, right? Not as to not incriminate himself, as to not place himself, say on the stand, yes, that was me in the car. Yes, George Floyd looked like this. The judge, I guess you could say, ruled in Maurice's favor by saying, you know, yeah, everyone has a right to not incriminate themselves. And so if he's going to plead the fifth to everything, I'm not going to make him take the stand, thereby not linking him to a potential crime. In Minnesota, he could be charged with that third degree murder, just like Derek Chauvin is for George Floyd's death. There's a B statute in there right now. Derek Chauvin is charged with the A part of the statute. There is a B part that basically talks about if anybody willingly, knowingly barters, sells, gives any drugs to anybody else that causes any controlled substance type of drug that causes that person to die, they can be charged with that third degree murder. So he like, no, man, baby, I ain't finna take the stand. Y'all ain't finna block me up. Y'all ain't gave me no immunity. I'm not finna talk about nothing. I'm not doing that thing. So the judge said, no, he don't have to. So that was the one big thing. The other biggest thing, and this is what we had before we go here, was the defense calling their own forensic scientist, if you will, forensic pathologist to the stand. And can I just say, the forensic witness today, and the cop that the defense got yesterday, makes it clear as day as to why there are officers that are like Chauvin, because you have people that will surround people and their terrible actions and make it okay, or give excuse for it, or put their credibility on the line for it. So this man, long resume, yes, we're not doubting his expertise, but basically tried to make us think that we didn't see what we saw, and somehow that George Floyd actually did die because of his heart, or he died because of the drugs, not because of Derek Chauvin's knee. Then he didn't all the way say, but basically kind of tried to throw this out there that, well, you know, it could have also been a bit of carbon monoxide poisoning because of the way his head was laying next to the police cars. What do you call that thing? The engine pipe, child. I don't know about no cars. I ain't no mechanic here. But that it could have been carbon monoxide, not poisoning, if you will, but he could have taken in a bit of carbon monoxide from the exhaust of the car, which would have decreased his volume and breathing as well. And so it was everything else but the knee on the neck. I think the exhaust pipe. Thank you, Tasha B. Appreciate you here. Baby, I'm still asleep. I think the great cross from the prosecution was the prosecution on cross-examination basically got that same doctor to agree that George Floyd died from a lack of oxygen, right? Or that a person that he saw George Floyd's body kind of kick when we see him pass out. And so at this point, we've seen other expert witnesses, other medical professionals basically talk about an anoxic seizure, which is basically when your brain no longer has oxygen and your body has this involuntary movement, thrust, if you will. So he got him all the way up to the anoxic seizure to say, like, yeah, he didn't have oxygen, right? And so the prosecutor was like, so you would agree that one could have been revived had one gotten, some type of medical aid? And he was like, I would agree. And he was like, so do you take issue with the fact that he wasn't rendered medical aid as a doctor? That's when it hit him. He was like, I would agree. And you can tell there's almost a moment, for me at least, it seems like that witness realized that, I'm going to say this, I'm not saying he was doing this, this is just my interpretation, that he realized that he messed up only because he was on the defensive side, not that he got up there and said what the science would lead him to say, but that he went up there and said some stuff because he was hired by the defense to give a defense for Derek Chauvin. And in that moment, he realized, they can take this and twist it. Because he kind of, after this, he kind of hits one of these right here, like, like, man, So, there's that. There's that. Okay, Camille Foster Taylor, that's exactly what he realized. I agree with you. Okay, so you saw that moment too. Yeah, there's a moment that looks like he realized, he said, it's terrible to say he said the wrong thing because it should have been the right thing, but based on what he was there to do, that he said the wrong thing of making the defense's witness their witness. I said, come on for the hand claps and the snaps. So that's what we saw today. Tomorrow will be day 14. There's still speculation as to whether Derek Chauvin will testify in his own court case. Jerry says she saw that, she saw that moment as well. If Derek Chauvin will testify in his own trial, I don't know that will be all that beneficial. That's just me personally. I don't know that would be all that beneficial, but he's entitled to do that just because the prosecution, if he does that on cross, the prosecution, baby, they gonna chop him down. They're gonna chop him down. Thank you so much, Stephanie Smith. Blessings for the great information. I really, really appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that. And it's crazy, baby, because I almost canceled tonight's show. And look, we done made $100. That is gonna go towards so much because we got, baby, the employees and the taxes. I didn't know nothing about the taxes, baby. The taxes. I just went to my account earlier today. The taxes. I always get a refund. Now I got to pay them people. So thank you. I appreciate that here. Appreciate it. Thank you, Jesus. So I wouldn't say that it was that great. Actually, let me bring that back up. Let me lead at that. Thank you so much, Stephanie Smith, that it was that great of a move, or it would be that great of a move for Derek Chauvin to testify. But again, it's his trial. It's his defense. He gets to decide if he testifies or not. But I just believe that the prosecution, baby, if he get up on that stand, they're going to chop him down. So I don't think it would be wise. But, hey, if you want to, I'll be here to watch and report. Okay? I'll be here to watch and report. Guys, that's it for tonight's show. Now I'm going to hold that. that's it for tonight's show. Yes, so many other things are going on. I know that, but I am solely focused on the Derek Chauvin trial. And then we'll get back to politics once this trial is over, when I'll create more space for other political things. Excuse me, political things. Yes, definitely still staying up to date with the police officer who is now charged with Mr. Wright's death. Still looking at all that, but I am definitely giving my attention to one thing at a time as to not be overburdened right now. When we get out of this trial, we'll go back to having our multiple topics that we talk about and getting all the way caught up, okay? So thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you for being here. You don't have to be, but you choose to be. And so I really, really, truly appreciate that. Once again, this has been the Daily Political Briefing. It's me, your host, QuentinRJiles. But at this point, baby, I'm your friend. I'm your BFF, your political BFF. So you have to call me Q. You have a great night.
A lot of people watched it, but nobody's watching day to day, all day, unless you're me and just love this stuff. Procedures are okay, but we want to know, where do you stand? And so I think the more that politicians stop trying to be politicians and be people, then that will engage voters.
We reject alternative facts, so come on in here and let me educate you on the facts.